Danon? Okay. So
Kind of, sort of.
Vacation Access is a part of Apple Leisure Group. I'm going to show you the different vendors that they have within the umbrella. So we have Apple Vacations. I'm going to go ahead and say this very slowly so you can write it on your notes. Next one is Blue Sky. So that's for Hawaii. And you could also book through FunJet and a lot of these vendors for Hawaii, but that's kind of a specialty one. Next one is FunJet, and I've been booking with them since the 90s. And then we have Southwest Vacations, but there's actually a separate login for Southwest Vacations as a travel advisor as well. And then we have Travel Impressions, but I use FunJet Vacations. It has better packages and whatnot, and I'm just used to using that. Okay. All right, so today I'm going to show you hotel and transfers, Mex Carib. So Amstar is one of our suppliers with Vax Vacation Access, and I've been using them with FunJet since the very early 90s when my mom went a trip to Hawaii, and I fell in love with FunJet. So what I'm going to show you here is how you can book hotel transfers in either Mexico or Caribbean, and they also do Hawaii, but that's when you can go through our Hawaii supplier if you want to go straight that way. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Cancun. So you're going to type in the date here. So if you do it further out, then you're going to have access to where it's only $100 for two people or $50 per person to hold it. So I'm going to go, let's just say February 1st. And if you know how many nights you're going to go, then you're going to
Cindy, did you still want me to did you still want me to have control of your screen?
yeah, just stay put. Yeah,
All
so
right.
while I'm doing it, then it'll just have me do it, and then you can take over when we do the next lesson. Okay, so
Okay.
you type in February 1st. I want to go 7 nights. So you don't have to hit the calendar. All you're going to do is hit the field right here. So you got 1 room, you got 2 adults. If you wanted children, then you say you have 2 children and say one is 6 and another one is 17 because the cutoff is at 17. Then you would quote that. Or you can just get rid of the children and say you wanted 2 rooms. Then you could do it that way too. Let me get this. So we're going to go 1 room, 2 adults. And the promo code, that's the promo code for the upcoming trip to Vegas. You have a special promo code. So we'll talk about that and once we go into the group training. So you're just going to scroll down. Going to hit search. You can put the hotel in there, but I like to just hit search and then look for the hotel. And when we're screen sharing, it takes a minute to open up here. Okay. All righty. So I'm just going to pick, I usually stay at the Ryu. This is the one that we actually stayed in for National Bucket List Day. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this, but you can pick any of these ones. It's just for the purpose of the exercise. So the Ryu Kukulkan is a brand new resort. It's only 2 years old and it's all adults, so no children. There is a party resort down the street called the Ryu Carib. They have all the different like pink party, white party, jungle party, neon party, and you could actually pick up a shuttle at the Rio Kukulkan to go down to the other resort, to the Carib. And it's really fun, especially if you have clients who, like to party and have fun. Especially, the foam pool parties are really nice. But this one here is more mellow chill. So the next step is you would click the title. So is anybody writing the steps down? Or you're just kind of following along? Because Judy and I did start a PDF. So when I get back from Texas, we're actually going to share that PDF with everybody. So the next step is you're going to click. You're going to click the underlined title. So a lot of times we want to know more about the property. Next step is property information. And you can see that this property was built in 2022, and it shows the number of rooms. And this is the big doozy here. TripAdvisor reviews. Super important. There are some bad reviews on here. There's going to be bad reviews, but the key is to look at the first 2 pages, and then you could actually bookmark tripadvisor.com. I actually stayed here personally, and I've had some other friends who've stayed here, and I actually was very happy. It depends on, your style of travel. There's some people who didn't like the beds. I was very happy with the beds. The buffet was really amazing. I come from being a chef in the past, so I'm very picky about omelets, because most of the hotels and the cruise lines, they actually burn the omelet. And the chef that we had at the omelet station at this resort was absolutely amazing. Yes, it was just like straight out of culinary school. The omelet was perfectly cooked. So now we're going to go to rooms. So once you look at TripAdvisor, then you're going to go click rooms. And right here, the junior suite, there's no extra fee for that. Then if you go down, like junior suite partial ocean view is in 167.63. You have junior suite ocean view. I'm going to pick that one. So it's 257. So I'm going to click select. Hey, Amarpreet, can you take over my my mouse is sticking?
Yeah, sure. So question, so this price here, is this like price per night or for the entire trip?
That's an additional 200 and some dollars more. So, okay, so the next step is you're going to click booking administration.
Booking administration.
And that's going to show the gross, it's going to show the commission, and it's going to show the net. So if this was for the client, they would pay $41.05.52. Your commission is almost $600, so $594.94. So with this vendor, you want to write down what your commission is and what your net is, because they only show at checkout only the client rate, not your rate. So you have to just be mindful about that. So let me go ahead and put these amounts. Okay, so 4105.52, and your commish is 594.94, and then your net is 3510.58. Okay, go ahead and hit the X. The little blue X in the corner. Okay. Now the next step is check out. So go ahead and click any of those checkouts.
My mouse is lagging too a little bit.
Yeah, mine was sticking. Must be this heat. Okay. So the next step is you're going to reconfirm the room type. So junior suite ocean view, if you wanted to change it, you could, but we're just doing it for the purpose of the exercise. Right to the right where it says recent searches, click save. Itinerary name, just put Amarpreet Cindy test. Save your itinerary. Okay. Okay, put yourself on mute if you're doing something else there. Okay. So now you're going to scroll down to hotel advisories. Super important. At Cancun, there is a sanitation fee or sanitation tax. So if you see right there where it says the state of blah, blah, blah will be charging, go ahead and copy that entire number 2. From, yeah, there you go. Because we're going to put that in a pretend quote to a client. Okay. So when we send the quote to the client, we're going to say, please pay attention to the hotel advisories. And then a couple days to a week to our client's trip, we're going to remind them that there's hotel advisories, because you do not want to be getting a phone call. Why am I paying this money? Oh my God, I paid $76. You never told me. Yeah, so that's super important. And with Expedia Tap, we'll actually show you, because they actually have the actual any kind of taxes or hotel fees, they're going to actually show you in the total. So go ahead and scroll down and you see airport transfers, because it's super important to add the airport transfers. And then we have travel protection. So if you wanted to have travel protection, it's going to be an additional $459. The best that I could recommend is a cash refund. But if the client wanted to pay out of the gate, then they would pay that deposit plus the additional $459. With VAX, you have to purchase the insurance within 7 days. But we also have outside vendors. We have Allianz and we have Travel Guard. But for this one here, for the purpose of the exercise, go ahead and hit decline travel protection.
Oops.
Uh-oh, you're good.
Well, actually, this will just add to the total, right?
Yeah, so if you scroll up and then take that insurance off.
Decline travel.
Decline, there you go.
Okay.
And that's good because you can show that example.
Yeah.
Okay, so see, you have your $100. Okay, so this is the tricky part. This is not easy, and you have to really pay attention to this part. Okay, so you see where it says 4105.52. That's what the consumer is going to pay. You, as the travel agent, is going to pay $35.10.52. So you see where it says you have $100 payment that's due. Once you pay that $100, then you're going to have your final payment for you or the client is due December 18th. And here's a pro tip. Never take payment the day it's due. Do 5 days to a week prior to. So in this case, the 18th, I would want to gather payment the 10th or the 15th. So the initial payment is $100, but then on the final, what you're going to do, you have to keep in mind that your rate is $35.10.58. So if you pay gross, so what this system is going to do when you go to pay your final payment, it's going to give your gross balance, not your net balance. Does that make sense? Anyone have any questions about that?
Oh, it's going to give you this balance here. That's the gross balance.
Yeah, but you have to keep a mental note or in your little booklet that you're paying $35.10.58. So basically it's $594.94 minus $41.05. So so you're going to pay the $100. So it's $100 minus $35.10.58, and then that's going to be your balance. So you just have to remember. So when you pay your final payment, then it's going to show a balance of $594.94. That means that you are paying to net. That doesn't mean you owe the money. That means you're paying to net. If you're uncomfortable about that and you don't want to get dinged, you're afraid of that, then what you can do is you could actually call FundJet and give the booking number and say, I just paid to net. It shows a balance of $594.94, but I want to let you know that I paid to net. But they know if a travel agent is booking and it shows the net balance, and that means that you subtracted 100% of your commission going back to your booking. If you want to get paid in the form of a check, so a little tip that I want to talk about also is, as far as you making money throughout the year, if you pay gross, you're actually going to be able to have more tax write-offs. Do you want to kind of cover some of that, Amarpreet? Because we've talked about net versus gross.
I have a question before you go any further.
Mm-hmm.
You keep saying you pay the final payment, you pay this amount, the client is supposed to be paying, not us. So,
well, you pay for the client. So this is either a booking for yourself or for the client. In groups, we do have groups that allow, like a contracted group for my national bucket trip to Cancun. When you do a contracted group, they actually give you a link, and you could actually give your client that link to make the payments. That's actually what we did with most of the people who went on the trip. So no matter if you're going on the trip or the client is booking on the trip for a prevailing rate, which is what we're showing right now, you're going to take the payment. So the process is going to be, you have your client fill out your quote form. And then once they agree, then the next step is going to be where you have them fill out the credit card authorization form. And Amarpreet, what's the importance of filling out the credit card authorization form?
That's to make sure that you're getting your payment. You don't want the payment to be canceled by your client.
Or yeah, or a chargeback, or they said I didn't approve that charge. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So that's basically how this part works. Okay, now we're going to scroll up and we're going to send the client, which in this case, I'm the client. So scroll all the way up. Okay. Click where it says email print itinerary. So you could do this in a different way, or you could follow the way I do it. I prefer to send myself the email and then hit forward on the email. So go ahead and put your email on there. Okay.
Fine.
And then see where it says introduction, that little window, get rid of that entire window. So this is going to be your message to your client. Get rid of all that and just say, hello, Cindy. And then next line. Here's the quote for your upcoming vacation. And this will be in the PDF too. It has a little idea on what you could put in this introduction, and you could change it, you know, based on your trip, but it'll have some ideas on what you can say to the client. And then keep in mind to pay attention to the red section. Yeah, go ahead and type that in. No, yeah, type that into the client. Or however you want to say it. Be mindful.
Oh, gotcha.
Or however you want to do it in your verbiage. Please read over the travel advisors or advisories red section of this quote.
And for my last training with you, Cindy, you told me to be mindful of price to change.
Okay, advisories. Okay, hold on 1 second, Jason. Yeah, advisories.
Advisories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This one I just pasted one of the three,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, we have more than one.
They'll see it twice, and then after hotel, hit enter. Please confirm that the hotel, the room type, is the booking that you wish for me to help you with, however you want to say your verbiage there. And then you could say something of, I will send you the credit card authorization form and we will book your trip. Or I will book your trip, however you want to verbalize it. Well, you don't have to say please fill because you're going to send another email once they say yes, that's the hotel, that's all the information, that's the dates, that's the hotel room type and all that. Just say that once, so once they email you, then we'll send them an email or a text, however they want to be notified with the credit card authorization form, and then we'll come on here and book it.
Okay.
And just say, however you want to end it, thank you in advance, Amarpreet Chima, amazing travel tours, and then your phone number. Phone number. And now after your phone number, you're going to hit preview. Okay, you're going to click email.
So it got sent to my email, and then from there I would forward it to the client.
Yeah, so go to your email.
Go to my email. Let me see if I got it. Yep. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I did get it.
Okay. So then on the email, there's going to be a top part that says it's forwarded. You're just going to delete the part that says forwarded, and then it's going to say Fun Jet Vacations, and it'll have all your information. So basically you would hit the 3 dots on the right. With Gmail, it's the 3 dots to the right. You hit forward, type in the person's email, and you hit send. Okay. So now we're going to go to my email. I'm going to hit refresh. So see right here, Amarpreet, see all this forward message stuff?
Get rid of all that next time.
Yeah. So when you send yourself the email, you're going to get rid of this. And then it just says Fun Jet, and see how nice and clean it is. Has all his information. And because otherwise, if you don't get rid of that note section, then you're going to have the repeat information that's down here. And then all they got to do is go down here. They'll see the information that he copied and pasted right there for hotel advisories of that sanitation fee. And then here's their booking. So this came on my account. So it says Cindy Rhodes, but it would say Amarpreet on here, or however American Travel Bureau signed them up. Sometimes they use like initials and numbers.